Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This video is going to be on, a little something I was meditating on. I was actually speaking to my brother about it, because concerning, we're just talking about precepts and, being able to remember precepts better and different, little techniques you could use. And I was telling him about, also it's good when you meditate, by yourself, whether you having shower thoughts, all right, or you just by yourself meditating, and you're meditating upon precepts and scriptures and stuff. Hey, it's good to in your head you could play both roles, you know. You could play a scenario in your head, okay, where you'll be the prophet and the scoffer, to where you might, just play out a scenario. You at camp or whatever, and somebody comes up and asking certain questions, and you're answering it. And with that, you're like, all right, cool. This person's what I, so if this person was to say this, okay, what precept could I use to counter that or to back up, along those lines, and you keep practicing that. And, by the time you know it, it'll actually help you. All right. Now, when doing so, you don't want to go easy on yourself because you're the one playing both roles. You want to actually ask legit questions, realistic questions that a scoffer would ask, you know. And reason I say this is because you could be doing that, and you'll actually get in the spirit where you'll be asking, you'll be playing the role. If somebody comes up, hi, but you out here saying that God and Jesus are different, but nah, it's not true. Then you switch back. You say, all right, well, if you go to this precept here or this here, then you break it down. So you're sort of, is a form of meditation, but it'll sharpen you. All right, it'll sharpen you more. And as you're doing it, hey, the Lord might just put the spirit on you to where when you jump back to the role, you switching roles, you might ask yourself a question that you didn't even think about asking, a question that you might not necessarily have the answer to. So you switching back and forth. The person that you play the role of the scoffer, right? The scoffer comes up, they say, this, and that, and then you say, all right, well, according to the scriptures, this, and that, and the scoffer says, well, what about, and then you ask a legit question, all right, to yourself. Guess what? That's gonna prompt you to say, oh shoot, all right, hold on, let me stop this role playing for a second because that's actually a legit question that I don't even know the answer to, or that's a legit question that I should look into. Now you start researching. Now you start, watching videos. You start pray to the Lord. You try to find the answer to that question, okay, and that'll lead you to more information because the scriptures are deep. It's linked, So while trying to find an answer for one thing, you'll have to go through a whole lot of other things just to get the answer for that one thing. But what you realize is at the end of it all, you have gained more than you thought you were gonna gain. Let's say you're trying to go from point A to point B, but you got to go all the way around through point A, 8.1, 8.2, 8.5, 8.8 till you get to point B. Your initial goal is just to get to point B, but by the time you get to point B, you would have acquired attributes and skills from point A, point 1, 8.2, 8.3, all this whole long route you had to take. Guess what? You're gonna gain something from it. But that's just a little tactic. It's also good, man. Just when a brother might quote a precept or whatever, hey man, go actually look it up. Okay, it says here, okay, Colossians 4:6. All right, cool, this, that, and that. All right, this is where it's at. Because when you actually go look for the precept or highlight it or whatever, it'll help you remember it more. All right, Colossians 4:6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Okay. And so that's also a good tactic to help you, because if you play, you might play a scenario in your head, you might ask yourself different questions. You're sort of preparing yourself, for a real life scenario, because It's just like shadow boxing. For those who box, when you shadow box, of course, there's nobody else there, but it's like a simulation in your head that as though you're facing an opponent. You know, so you're throwing punches and you're doing these, you're slipping and you're blocking and all these different things as though somebody was there when it's just in your head. You know, but that's what it's for, shadow boxing. And what does shadow boxing do? It preps you for when you get into the ring. Okay, it increases muscle memory, as well as gets you accustomed, all right, to maneuvering in certain ways. You know, so it's basically like spiritual shadow boxing when you in concerning this truth, man. Because remember, our ground, all right, is the scriptures. You know, and you have people that want to people are always trying to have rebuttals or come up with quote unquote call themselves debunking things. you know but it's good to ask yourself questions every now and then, and try to have at least 2-3 precepts to back it up, all right, or proof. Okay, so yeah, so that helps you, to know how you ought to answer every man, because you're sort of preparing yourself or putting yourself in that scenario or in that mindset. All right, this is First Peter chapter 3, verse 15. But sanctify the Lord in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. Okay, so you gotta. That's why the scriptures say you gotta be fully persuaded, and let every man be fully persuaded. All right, in his own mind, because if you're not firm and you don't really know why you're here, you're not rooted in it. How you gonna give an answer to somebody? So what's this about? Oh, I just heard them, and I thought it was cool. I like the dresses they wear, so I wanted to join. What kind of answer is that? That's why it says sanctify the Lord power in your hearts, in your mind. Okay, and be ready to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear. But you got to answer according to this truth, not your own vain opinion. Okay, because once you sanctify the Lord in your heart, guess what? You're gonna speak the words of the Lord. So last precept, this is First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 20. Despise not prophesyings, okay? Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And that's why we always quote precepts, or we'll go into certain documents, certain books, whatever, to back up what it is that we're saying. Prove all things. So when you say something, you don't just wing it. All right, you don't just wing it. You prove it. Okay. Well, where does it say that? All right, cool. You get the precept. You know what? The Lord didn't die for everybody. Whoa, what are you talking about? What we get Acts 5. You know, Acts 5 and 30, Acts 5 and 31. All these different precepts, man. Matthew 1 and 21. Okay, because we speak according to the scriptures, man. All right, we don't speak out of our own. And you have people that'll come up to you and say, "No, I want to know what you think." It ain't about what I think. If it was about what I think, I wouldn't be up here. Okay, the only reason we're out there, okay, teaching is because we're teaching according to the words of the Lord. So if you want to teach according to your own vain opinion, then you have no reason being up there, or being out there, calling upon the name of the Lord and all that. You're not speaking His words. You're not doing His will. That is a VIP club for only those who are doing the will of the Lord, those who are serving Him. If you're not doing that, then you can't be in that company. You can't be in the company of prophets and not be a prophet or not prophesy. And what I mean by a company of prophets is I'm talking about the actual physical camp, of going out there prophesying, doing videos. Okay, that's look, man, that's like, I don't even know a comparison for that. You know, you can't. You gotta be about it, man. Okay, but yeah, that was really it. Okay, hey, look, man, things are happening. Okay, things are happening in the world, man. So now's the time to really, sharpen yourself and gird up your loins. Okay, because whatever you however you're building yourself up, whatever skills you're acquiring and however you're adding to yourself, you're gonna need it, in the times to come, man. This is your time to really stack up. Okay, because very soon you're gonna have to use what it is that you have, whatever level of faith, all right, whatever level of courage of whatever you have, man, you're gonna need to use it, man. Okay. But with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.